Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I am coming to you live from the parking lot of the gym. You guys know that I get my best thinking done when I am at the gym. So that's where a lot of my inspiration and truth bombs come from. So when you guys get a notification that I am coming live with a truth bomb, it typically means I'm going to look like a hot freaking mess. I'm going to be a sweaty beast. And that most likely it was something so powerful that I heard that I had to share it. Okay. Good morning, April. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Okay. Morning, Joy. Morning, Ninny. This may be for you, Ninny. This may be. I don't know if it'll speak to you, but it spoke to me for sure. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever in the world you are. Hey, Tanya. Hey, everyone. So yes, my gym time is my enlightenment time. It's my personal development time. Good morning, Courtney. It is my time where I do my personal development videos, and they typically always get me thinking, and they typically always speak to me in a way that I needed to hear it, okay? Hey, Jackie. So guess what, guys? You are a freaking human being. You were born the human species, okay? You were literally born as a lump of flesh, okay? We were born as flesh that knew how to do nothing. We could not do anything. We did not have the muscles. We did not have the strength. We simply existed, okay? Everything that you are able to do, you have learned to do, okay? You are an adaptation machine, okay? When you were born, you didn't know how to hold your head up, okay? You didn't have the strength. You didn't know what to do, how to do it. You didn't have any of that. Your body as a human being adapted to the surroundings, adapted to what was going on around it. And guess what? You learned how to do that, okay? Babies learn by little stretches of trying to get their head up and trying to hold their head up. And then they do. And guess what? When they start walking, they fall down, right? It doesn't just happen. They don't just come like running out of the womb, right? Even though sometimes we joke about it when we have big babies that they practically came out running. They don't come out running, right? They learn to walk. They learn to crawl. They learn to sit up on their own, okay? These are all things that as a human being, we are adapting to what is around us. We are getting stronger. We are failing. And we are learning to be better, okay? So anything in your life that at this point in time you feel you are not good at, or you don't know how to do, or you don't know what to do, you can learn to do it because you were born as a human being, as an adaptation species, okay? You are a machine that is willing and able and can physically learn to do something, even if you at this very moment do not know how to do it, okay? You have to be willing, though, to fall down. Yes, when Obs was trying to ride her bike, when you were telling me about her, it reminded me a lot of Grayson learning to ride his bike. He was frustrated that he couldn't do it, okay? He wanted to give up because he felt like he was bad at it because he was falling down, okay? You don't learn to ride your bike by just hopping on a bike and going, okay? There may be some rare human beings that can just hop on a bike or that can do it one time and get it. But guess what? For most human beings, it takes practice. It takes failure. You have to be willing to put yourself out there and try to do something in order to learn that craft, in order to learn that skill, okay? It doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just magically like, boom, you're good to go, okay? It took a lot of falling down. It took a lot of scrapes on Grayson. It took a lot of bruises. It took a lot of tears and frustration. When I was learning to do makeup, I didn't just learn it overnight. I actually was pretty horrible at it, okay? 4 years ago, if you guys look back at my pictures, I did not have the skill set that I have now, okay? It was a learned trait because I adapted to my surroundings. I taught myself. I was willing to try and willing to fail, okay? So if you are going to be doing something right now, okay, and you are scared, you feel like you are going to fail, you feel like you are going to be embarrassed if you try to do it, sit down, take a deep breath, okay? That fear is gone, right? That fear is gone. You now know that you're safe. You now know that you cannot fail. But guess what? You also now know that you can't achieve greatness either. You're not going to achieve what you want to achieve by letting fear tell you it's okay to sit down, okay? By holding yourself back and being afraid to fail and afraid of what other people might think, afraid of what may or could happen, is a double-edged sword where it's also holding you back from something amazing that could change everything, okay? We don't grow by sitting in the back. We don't grow by sitting on the sidelines. We don't grow by hiding from the things that scare us. We grow from doing it, from saying, I am feeling that fear and I'm okay with it because it's going to make me better, okay? So you need to adapt to your surroundings. You have to be willing to risk failure. You have to be willing to risk people looking at you funny, okay? People are gonna look at you funny when you're doing something that they don't understand. You have to be willing to put yourself out there, and you have to be willing to fail to get better. That is how we adapt, okay? Do you think that if Steve Jobs had sat back and let his idea of this amazing piece of technology just kind of go to the wayside because he was scared of what people would think, where would we be now? The iPhone is like the basis of our lives at this point, okay? From the iPhone came the Android, okay? From the iPod, the iPhone, the iMac, the MacBooks, from his one concept and vision, we have all of this amazing technologies around us, okay? We are digitally connected constantly because Steve Jobs had a vision and he was not willing to let anyone stop him from putting that vision into action, okay? People told him he was crazy, okay? People told him it would not work. But he did it anyways. And he completely revolutionized technology as it is today, okay? Steve Jobs will always be remembered for being a visionary. He will be remembered as a key turning point in the way that we connect with other people, the way we interact with other people, the way we vision the world around us, the way we're able to share, and the way that we are digitally able to impact people, okay? He had a vision and he was willing to adapt to his surroundings, and he put that out there and they created it, right? And guess what? From putting it out there, they were able to say, okay, here's what we need to change. We need to do this better. So then the next iPhone comes out, right? They get better and they put this out there. And then they get feedback and they find glitches and they find things that need to change. Okay, people want a smaller phone. People want a bigger phone. People want this. People want that, okay? I know. Christina just exploded a big old heart everywhere all on me, okay? She just exploded everywhere and I love it. But because he was willing to fail and put it out there, it got better. And then that one needed to be better. And then that one needed to be better, okay? It constantly got better, and technology is constantly getting better because he was willing to fail. He was willing to risk the fact that people may not love it, and now it has changed everything. He adapted, guys. You are a human being, and you have these thoughts and these visions inside of you for a reason. okay? You have these inside of you because you're supposed to speak them into existence, okay? What you have to say could potentially revolutionize stuff. That may plant a seed in someone somewhere around that gives them an inspiration and an idea, okay? And then that inspiration and an idea can then impact other people, okay? Even if it's not our physical thing that we are creating or patenting or copywriting, okay? You're still impacting the greater good of the world by speaking your vision and your truths into existence, okay? It is the butterfly effect. How one single flap of a butterfly's wing can like create a tsunami or a hurricane halfway around the world. One simple flutter of a wing can make a completely different impact. And I've been thinking a lot on this. One choice by you can alter lives around you in a split second. Okay? What if let's take it all the way back. What if I didn't go to hair school? What if I didn't become a cosmetologist? I wouldn't have then met Christina. I wouldn't have met Steph Jurgensen. I wouldn't have met Molly. I wouldn't have met Mervette. I wouldn't have met all these amazing people. If I didn't get a cosmetology license, I wouldn't have gone to Tuscany Salon and Spa and worked there. Who did I meet at Tuscany? I met Angie. I met Kylie. Kylie's my sponsor, okay? If I hadn't have gone to hair school and if I wouldn't have followed my calling, I wouldn't have met Kylie. If I didn't meet Kylie, I wouldn't be here, okay? If I didn't meet Angie, I wouldn't have met Jeremy, okay? I met Jeremy through Angie. All of these things absolutely change the layout of other people's lives. My decision to let fear hold me back would have changed other people's lives. That could have negatively impacted other people, okay? If I hadn't have said yes, what would have happened to the 20,000 people on my team? Where would they be? What would they be doing? If Steve Jobs didn't say yes to his vision and what he had, like this goal that he had to connect people all over, where would we be? What would we be doing? Okay? Who remembers like how technology used to be where you had to literally sit there and wait for the dial-up to go. Okay, that's my that's my impersonation of dial-up internet, okay? And some of y'all might be too young to know what dial-up internet was like, but it sucked, okay? And we can now connect to the internet and send things up into outer space and back down to someone else's phone in split seconds. Like we can send it up to the heavens to these like to these cell phone poles, and it connects us to people all around the world, okay? So, I'm spilling water all over myself, okay? Your decision to either face fear head on or to sit back and cower can impact people all over the world because of it. Okay, so I want you guys to realize that if you do not know how to do something, you can learn. If you are not where you want to be in your craft, you can learn and you can grow. But it is not going to happen by sitting back and hiding from your fear. You are only going to grow if you stand up and are willing to take that risk, okay? You're not going to grow if you don't. No, okay? There will always be someone working harder than you. There will always be someone more talented than you. There will always be someone somewhere who has more than you, who is more outgoing than you, who is skinnier than you, who has better clothes than you. There will always be someone. But you have to be willing to work harder to better yourself. And Crystal Glover, she's one of the amazing Purple Status on our team. She spoke this weekend on comparison. You have to compare to succeed, okay? You cannot compare yourself to someone else as a way of bringing yourself down and making yourself feel less because of it. You can only compare yourself if you are using someone else's success as a motivator for your success. You have to be willing to be a beginner, like Alex said, okay? You have to be willing to be that baby that we talked about in the very beginning of this, where you started as flesh and you learned how to hold your head up. You learned how to sit up. You learned how to crawl. You learned how to roll. You learned how to walk. You learned how to stand, okay? You started as flesh, as a baby who learned to do everything that you are doing now. And you can learn to do whatever else you want to do too, okay? If you're not where you are, tell fear to sit down and shut up, okay? You just have to do it, okay? So that is what I learned today. And I have so many little notes. Like when I'm on the treadmill, I actually have to like stop running and like walk so that I can type in my little notepad. So I go back and forth between YouTube and my little thing so I can type down these little inspirational notes. And you have to be willing to be better, okay? There will always be someone working harder than you who wants what you want and is willing to work 10 times harder than you. If you want that, if you have the talent, that'll be a whole nother video. That'll be a whole nother video because I'll just have to share that tomorrow. Because there was another thing, but there's always going to be someone working harder for what you want. And if you're not willing to work just as hard, then you're going to let them bypass you. And knowing you're going to let your fear and the devil speak into your mind and all kinds of stuff, okay? So that's a whole nother video. We're not even going to go there today, okay? What do you recommend to watch for your personal development? There's a lot of them on YouTube that I watch, but when I need like really, really good, pump me up, Blessed and Unstoppable. It's Billy Alsbrooks. He has a lot of soundtrack for champions on there. And then there's some other ones that he also like kind of appears in that like pop up on my little thing. And it is Motiversity. So it's like Motivational University, Motiversity. And they have a lot of amazing videos. And once you start watching these videos, the way you look at things and the way you speak about things starts to change, okay? And then also when you log on to your YouTube channel, then it brings up all these other things that are similar to that. So every morning, all I have to do is hop onto my YouTube channel and it gives me recommendations based on the Blessed and Unstoppable, the Motiversity. Eric Thomas is amazing. Love listening to Eric Thomas. If you want more of like business, like tactics and inspiration and like raw, unfiltered training, Gary V. Gary V drops a lot of F-bombs, so just be careful about that if you have kids in the room. But he is going to tell you how it is. He is not going to sugarcoat anything, and he is going to lay it all out there for you. But when I'm working out, I need these like Blessed and Unstoppable and Motiversity stuff where I can be like, hallelujah, okay? I get so many golden nuggets off of it. It's insane, okay? So does anybody else have any questions? And I have Christina to thank for the Blessed and Unstoppable videos because she shared it with one of our elite groups, and I started listening to them, and then I couldn't stop. And every single morning when I was running for BS1, I was listening to Blessed and Unstoppable. Every morning, every afternoon, every day. It changes the way you look at the world, okay? But you guys are adaptation machines. You are freaking beasts, y'all. You can adapt to your surroundings and you can learn anything that you want to learn. You can become anything that you want to become, okay? But you have to let fear sit down and shut up, and you have to push past it, okay? Does anybody have any questions before I hop off? I gotta run a few errands before I get home, and I think my husband wanted to go to the gym today too, so I don't want to push back his workouts, because if you push back Jeremy's workouts, he's like, well, screw it. I'm just not going to go then, okay? So I don't want to miss my window for him to get to the gym and be healthy. So I love you guys. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, girlfriend. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have an amazing Monday. Go adapt to your freaking surroundings. Go learn something new today. Go do something that scares you. Go be willing to risk people looking at you funny or risk judgment to do something that you are truly passionate about. That is all. Go be freaking brave. And Angel, I love you.